Welcome back to our channel for another installation day. So it's been a while since we have a Toyota GR Yaris in the shop for upgrades. So today, what we have right behind me is the Toyota GR Yaris. This is not the Gen 1 but the latest 2024 second generation GR Yaris. It's in for some upgrades, so we have all the parts right over here that we'll show you guys later. And now, before we begin the installation, we'll start up the GR Yaris, do a sound check, listen to how does the car sounds like with the factory exhaust system. Of course, the factory exhaust is going to be extremely quiet, and that's why the owner come to us for this Akrapovic titanium exhaust upgrade. Alright, so as you may know, the previous generation, the first gen GR Yaris, we have did a lot of exhaust upgrade with our Akrapovic exhaust and also the Eventuri carbon air intake. And today we have this, the latest 2025 Toyota GR Yaris in for upgrades. So this will be the very first second gen GR Yaris in Malaysia to be equipped with an aftermarket exhaust system, and also the first in Malaysia to receive this Akrapovic exhaust, because I believe currently in Malaysia there is no one else that has already done any exhaust upgrade on the second gen GR Yaris. So what we have here today for the second gen GR Yaris is that we have this beautiful Akrapovic titanium exhaust system with the link pipes. And also, since we already have the Akrapovic exhaust, of course it has to be paired with the best intake for the GR Yaris, which is the Eventuri carbon air intake. And also the owner chose to upgrade alongside with this very beautiful carbon engine cover by Eventuri as well. On the other hand, right over here, these are the factory exhaust, the factory airbox, and also the factory engine cover that we have removed out from the car. Now we'll talk a little bit more about the differences between the factory exhaust system and the Akrapovic exhaust, and also the differences between the factory airbox and the Eventuri carbon intake. So we start off with the exhaust. On the factory exhaust system, so on this front pipe, there is a secondary cats, same as the first gen GR Yaris, and to the middle you also have this very long, very huge, very restrictive center resonator. So if I'm not mistaken and I don't remember it wrongly, this looks a little bit larger than the first gen GR Yaris. And to the rear section, so this is the factory rear muffler section, and also this, it looks a little bit larger compared to the first gen GR Yaris, and that's why with this factory exhaust setup on the second gen GR Yaris, it doesn't sound loud at all. It is same as the first generation Yaris. It basically sounds like a vacuum cleaner. And moving towards to the Akrapovic system, so this Akrapovic system, it looks quite similar to the first gen GR Yaris Akrapovic exhaust, but it is actually different. They have different part numbers, and also there is a little bit of difference on the design wise for the exhaust system. So on the Akrapovic exhaust, on the link pipe, of course we have this center resonator as well, same as the first gen. And on the mid pipe section, another center resonator, and definitely these are a lot less restrictive compared to the factory ones. And moving to the rear section, so this is the Akrapovic titanium slip-on race line system for the second gen GR Yaris. So it looks quite similar to the first gen GR Yaris exhaust. and it has the same lightweight titanium material. It has two muffler box on both left and right side, and also the same titanium tailpipes by Akrapovic, specially designed for the GR Yaris. So right over here, we have the factory airbox with this factory Toyota air filters. So definitely this factory airbox, the performance, the airflow, it is not so great compared to the Eventuri intake. So the Eventuri intake, it is constructed out of full carbon fiber material with Eventuri's very own air filter cone inside the intake. Definitely this gives the engine a lot more performance, and also the airflow will be a lot better compared to the factory airbox, as well as the intake suction sound. Definitely this will be a lot louder compared to the factory airbox. And to complete the look inside the engine bay, since you already have the Eventuri carbon intake, the owner has chosen to upgrade also this very beautiful Eventuri carbon engine cover, and also this is lighter compared to the factory engine cover. So with this installed in the engine bay, it completes the looks, also the performance. A lot of you may ask, why do we need to spend so much money on the Akrapovic exhaust and also on the Eventuri intake? It's because these parts, the Akrapovic exhaust and the Eventuri intake, they are actually dyno proven to have proper performance improvements instead of only sound and appearance upgrade. So according to Akrapovic officials, with their exhaust system installed, the slip-on race 9 system with the front link pipe, there will be around 16.1 horsepower, 18.1 Newton meters of torque increase, and also a weight reduction of 7.8 kilograms over the factory exhaust system. While for the Eventuri intake, according to Eventuri officials, this air intake system, it will give the GR Yaris a 15 horsepower and also 24 Newton meters of torque increase over the factory airbox. So with this Akrapovic exhaust and the Eventuri intake package installed on your GR Yaris, definitely you will get the proper performance improvements and also the sound improvements over the factory parts that you have on the car. And that's all for the product explanation part. So now we'll get back to work to install the Akrapovic exhaust, the Eventuri intake and the engine cover onto the GR Yaris. And later, once we're done installing everything, of course we will start up the car, do a sound check, listen to how does the Akrapovic exhaust sounds like, and also how does the Eventuri intake sounds like on the GR Yaris. Before we start up the GR Yaris for the sound check, now we'll take a few minutes to walk around the car and show you some of the differences that Toyota has made on this second generation facelifted version GR Yaris. So first of all, this car is finished off in this grey color that Toyota calls it as the precious metal color. So on the front, the second generation GR Yaris, it has a redesigned front bumper and also the center and side grills on the front bumper. Then as for the wheels, it has the same wheels as the first generation GR Yaris, and right behind the wheels, the same Brembo brakes. Moving to the rear, the second generation GR Yaris, it has a redesigned look as well. So now you have this light bar across the middle part of the rear trunk, and also a redesigned tail lights, as well as this redesigned rear diffuser for the 2025 second generation GR Yaris. While rest of the part, they are basically the same as the previous first generation GR Yaris, which includes this rear spoiler. It is actually the same. Also on the second generation GR Yaris, you still get this forged carbon roof as well. This also appeared on the first generation GR Yaris. On the interior of the 2025 GR Yaris, so it received a brand new redesigned interior. So right over here you can see that the dashboard has been completely redesigned and it is now more driver focused. Also, one of the key highlights of the 2025 second generation GR Yaris is that instead of only available in manual transmission, now you will be able to go with an automatic transmission as well. So the second generation GR Yaris, it is available in both 6-speed manual transmission and 8-speed automatic transmission. So for the automatic GR Yaris, like this one that we have here today, this is an 8-speed automatic transmission paired also with these flappy pedal shifters for you to manually control the gears. Under the hood of the 2025 GR Yaris, you still get the same G16E GTS engine, the 1.6 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that is capable of putting out 300 horsepower, 400 Newton meters of torque, and all this power being sent through the 4 wheels, and according to Toyota, 0 to 100 century sprint can be done in 5.2 seconds.
And that's all for today's video. So we have done it yet again, another first in Malaysia project. So this is the very first second generation Toyota GR Yaris in Malaysia to be equipped with an aftermarket exhaust system and also an aftermarket air intake. So this car, we have already done the Akrapovic exhaust system alongside with the Eventuri carbon air intake. So let us know in the comment sections below, what do you think about the Akrapovic exhaust? How does it sound like on the Gen2 GR Yaris and also the Eventuri carbon intake? How does it sound and how does it look like in the engine bay? If you enjoy our content, like and share this video, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting contents in the future.